Anxiety and depression are real. They affect millions of people. You're not alone in this. Throughout history, people have struggled with these challenges. These conditions don't discriminate. They can impact anyone, regardless of background, status, or achievements. The good news is that there are ways to manage and overcome these challenges. This is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. We'll explore powerful tools and techniques. You can use these to regain control of your thoughts and emotions. Our goal is to provide you with practical strategies. We want to help you navigate the challenges of anxiety and depression. We believe that everyone can live a fulfilling life, a life filled with joy, purpose, and meaning. We'll draw upon the wisdom of the past and present. Our aim is to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to thrive. Anxiety can feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders. It can make your heart race and your thoughts spiral. Everyday tasks might feel overwhelming. Depression, on the other hand, can drain your energy and leave you feeling empty. It can make it difficult to find joy in the things you once loved. Both anxiety and depression are very real, and they deserve our attention. These conditions affect not just our minds, but our bodies too. You might experience physical symptoms like fatigue, insomnia, or digestive problems. It's a vicious cycle. Mental and physical health are interconnected, and one can significantly impact the other. It's crucial to remember that you don't have to face these challenges alone. Centuries ago, a Greek philosopher named Epictetus offered profound insights into managing these very human struggles. Born into slavery, Epictetus endured hardship and adversity, yet he emerged as a beacon of resilience and wisdom. His teachings, rooted in Stoicism, emphasized the power of our thoughts and perceptions. Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This simple yet profound statement holds the key to managing anxiety and depression. It's not the external events themselves that cause us distress, but our interpretations and reactions to them. We have the power to choose how we perceive and respond to the world around us. We can learn to reframe our thoughts and break free from negative patterns. Section 3. A modern approach. Centuries after Epictetus, modern psychology developed a powerful tool for managing anxiety and depression: cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief in the power of our thoughts. CBT emphasizes the connection between our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It recognizes that our thoughts shape our emotional and behavioral responses. Dr. Aaron T. Beck, a pioneer in CBT, developed techniques to identify and challenge negative thought patterns. He recognized that these negative thoughts often distort reality and contribute to feelings of anxiety and depression. By becoming aware of these thoughts and learning to challenge them, we can shift our perspective and improve our mental well-being. CBT provides practical strategies to break free from these negative cycles. It empowers individuals to take control of their thoughts and, in turn, their emotions and behaviors. Just as Epictetus taught us to examine our perceptions, CBT provides the tools to identify and reshape our thoughts. Section 1. Reframing reality. Imagine you're holding a picture frame. Inside that frame is a particular scene, a snapshot of your thoughts and feelings. Now, imagine swapping that picture for another, one with a slightly different perspective or focus. This is the essence of cognitive reframing. It's about consciously choosing to view situations through a different lens, one that can shift your entire outlook. Cognitive reframing doesn't mean denying reality or putting on rose-colored glasses. It's not about pretending that challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about acknowledging our thoughts and then choosing to reframe them in a way that is more helpful and accurate. Our thoughts are powerful. They influence our emotions, our behaviors, and ultimately, our experience of the world. Section 2. Challenging your inner critic. We all have an inner critic, that voice inside our heads that whispers doubts and fears. It might say things like, "You're not good enough, you're going to fail," or "Nobody likes you." These negative automatic thoughts can fuel anxiety and depression, keeping us stuck in a cycle of negativity. The key is to learn to recognize these thoughts and challenge their validity. When you notice a negative thought, ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? What's another way of looking at this situation? Often you'll find that these negative thoughts are based on assumptions and distorted perceptions rather than reality. By questioning them, you can start to dismantle their power. Section 3. Shifting perspectives. Our perspective is like a filter through which we view the world. If that filter is clouded with negativity, our reality will appear distorted. Cognitive reframing helps us clean that filter, allowing us to see things more clearly and realistically. Consider this. Two people experience the same setback. One might dwell on the negative aspects, focusing on their perceived failures and limitations. This perspective can lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. The other person, however, might choose to view the setback as an opportunity for growth and learning. They might focus on the lessons learned and the potential for positive change. This shift in perspective can make all the difference. By choosing to focus on the positive, we can cultivate feelings of hope, resilience, and empowerment. We start to see challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as stepping stones on the path to success. Remember, our thoughts have the power to shape our reality. Section 1. Finding stillness within. In our fast-paced world, our minds are constantly bombarded with information and stimulation. It's no wonder that so many of us feel overwhelmed and anxious. Our thoughts race from one worry to the next, keeping us trapped in a cycle of stress and fear. But there's a way to find peace amidst the chaos. It's a practice that's been around for centuries. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise, without getting swept away by them. Meditation, particularly mindfulness meditation, provides a framework for cultivating this present moment awareness. It's a practice that allows us to step back from the constant chatter of our minds and find a place of stillness within. Section 2. The breath as an anchor. One of the simplest yet most effective techniques in mindfulness meditation is focusing on the breath. Our breath is always with us, a constant rhythm that anchors us to the present moment. By bringing our attention to the breath, we gently guide our minds away from distracting thoughts and worries. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Feel the coolness of the air entering your nostrils and the warmth of your breath as you exhale. You don't need to change your breath in any way. Simply observe it without judgment. As you focus on your breath, you might notice that your mind starts to wander. This is perfectly normal. Don't judge yourself or try to force your mind to be blank. Section 3. Cultivating present moment awareness. The power of mindfulness lies in its ability to bring us back to the present moment. When we're anxious or depressed, our minds tend to dwell on the past or worry about the future. We get caught in thought loops, replaying past mistakes or anticipating future problems. Mindfulness helps us break free from these unhelpful thought patterns. As you practice mindfulness meditation, you'll begin to notice that you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. You'll start to recognize the patterns of your mind, the ways in which you tend to react to certain situations or triggers. This awareness is key to breaking free from negative cycles. When you're more aware of your thoughts, you're less likely to be controlled by them. You can choose to observe them without judgment and let them pass. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind. It's about becoming more aware of its contents. It's about learning to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting carried away by them. With practice, we can develop a sense of spaciousness within our minds, creating a buffer between our thoughts and our reactions. Section 1. The Stoic Approach. In ancient Rome, amidst the bustling empire, a different kind of philosophy emerged, one that emphasized inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. This philosophy, known as Stoicism, offered practical guidance for navigating life's challenges with courage and wisdom. Stoicism wasn't just for philosophers and emperors, it was a way of life for everyday people, seeking to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control our reactions. We can choose how we respond to adversity, how we interpret events, and how we let them affect our inner peace. The Stoics believed that true freedom came not from external circumstances, but from mastering our own minds. Section 2. The dichotomy of control. One of the most powerful tools Stoicism offers is the dichotomy of control. This principle encourages us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. We can control our thoughts, our judgments, our actions, and our responses. We cannot control external events, the actions of others, or the past. By focusing our energy on what we can control, we empower ourselves to make positive changes in our lives. We stop wasting time and energy worrying about things outside our control, and we start focusing on what we can actually influence. This shift in focus can be incredibly liberating, freeing us from the grip of anxiety and worry. It allows us to approach challenges with a sense of agency and purpose. Section 3. Finding strength within. Stoicism offers a wealth of practical exercises and techniques for cultivating inner peace and resilience. One such exercise is negative visualization. This practice involves imagining challenging scenarios that we might face, allowing us to mentally prepare for adversity and develop coping mechanisms. While it might seem counterintuitive to focus on negative possibilities, Stoics believed that this practice helped them appreciate what they had and develop a sense of equanimity. By mentally rehearsing for difficult situations, they were less likely to be caught off guard and overwhelmed by challenges when they arose. Section 1. The body-mind connection. For centuries, the connection between our physical and mental states remained a mystery. Ancient philosophers and physicians observed a link, but the science behind it was unclear. Today, we're beginning to understand the intricate ways in which our bodies and minds influence each other. What we do with our bodies impacts our minds, and vice versa. This understanding is crucial in managing anxiety and depression. Imagine your body as a finely tuned instrument. If the strings are too tight, the music will be shrill and jarring. If they're too loose, the sound will be dull and lifeless. Similarly, when our bodies are out of balance, our minds often follow suit. Stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, these all take a toll on our mental well-being. Section 2. Movement is medicine. Long before gyms and fitness trackers, ancient healers recognized the power of movement. Hippocrates, often considered the father of medicine, famously said, "Walking is man's best medicine." He understood that physical activity wasn't just about physical health. It was essential for mental clarity and emotional balance. Today, science backs up this ancient wisdom. We now know that exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals in our brains. These endorphins act as natural antidepressants and stress relievers. Regular physical activity can improve mood, reduce anxiety, and even alleviate symptoms of depression. It's like a reset button for your brain. Section 3. Fueling your well-being. Imagine trying to run a car on empty. It simply wouldn't function. The same goes for our bodies and minds. We need the right fuel to function at our best. A healthy diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, provides the nutrients our brains need to regulate mood and manage stress. On the other hand, a diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can actually worsen anxiety and depression. Sleep is equally crucial. During sleep, our bodies and minds repair and rejuvenate themselves. Chronic sleep deprivation wreaks havoc on our mental health, making us more vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and depression. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. It's like hitting the refresh button for your brain, allowing you to wake up feeling more alert, focused, and emotionally balanced. Section 1. The strength of connection. We are social creatures, wired for connection. From the earliest tribes to modern communities, humans have always sought belonging and support from one another. This innate need for connection isn't just about companionship, it's essential for our survival and well-being. When we feel isolated and alone, our mental health suffers. Anxiety and depression thrive in isolation. Think back to the wisdom of Aristotle, who believed that humans are political animals, meaning we flourish in communities. He recognized that true happiness and fulfillment come from meaningful relationships with others. These connections provide a sense of belonging, purpose, and security. They offer a buffer against stress and a source of strength during difficult times. Section 2. Reaching out. Reaching out for support can feel daunting, especially when we're struggling. We might worry about being judged, burdening others, or appearing weak. But here's the truth. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to acknowledge our struggles and seek support. Start by identifying those in your life who offer a listening ear and a compassionate heart. This might be a family member, friend, therapist, or support group. Sharing our burdens with others can lighten the load and provide a fresh perspective. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Section 3. A life of meaning. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that your life has meaning and value. This sense of purpose isn't about achieving great things or accumulating wealth. It's about aligning your actions with your values and contributing to something larger than yourself. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, witnessed firsthand the power of finding meaning in even the most dire circumstances. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he argues that our primary drive in life is not pleasure, but the search for meaning. When we have a sense of purpose, we're more resilient in the face of challenges, more optimistic about the future, and more likely to experience a deep sense of fulfillment. Section 4. Discovering your why. Finding your purpose isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing journey of self-discovery. It requires introspection, exploration, and a willingness to experiment. Start by asking yourself, what brings me joy? What are my passions? What values are most important to me? Your purpose might lie in your career, your relationships, your hobbies, or your community involvement. It might involve creative pursuits, acts of service, or simply living a life that aligns with your deepest values. The key is to find something that gives you a sense of direction, motivation, and fulfillment. When you live a life of meaning, you tap into a wellspring of inner strength and resilience. You're better equipped to navigate challenges, overcome setbacks, and live a life that truly matters. Section 1. Your journey, your pace. Life is a journey, not a race. There's no need to rush the process of healing and growth. Overcoming anxiety and depression is a deeply personal journey, and it unfolds at its own pace. Some days will be easier than others. There might be setbacks along the way. That's okay. It's all part of the process. The important thing is to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Remember all the tools and techniques we've explored: cognitive reframing, mindfulness, stoic practices, physical activity, social connection, and finding purpose. These are your companions on this journey. They're here to support you, guide you, and empower you to create a life filled with joy, meaning, and well-being. Section 2. The power of self-compassion. As you navigate the ups and downs of this journey, remember to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer a loved one who's struggling. It's easy to get caught up in self-criticism, especially when we're feeling anxious or depressed. Our inner critic can be harsh and unforgiving, but remember, you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are a work in progress, always evolving, always learning, always growing. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Acknowledge your efforts and your courage in facing these challenges. Section 3. A brighter tomorrow. The journey ahead may not always be easy, but it is a journey worth taking. By embracing the tools and insights we've explored, you're taking a powerful step towards reclaiming your life from anxiety and depression. You're choosing to invest in your well-being, to cultivate inner peace, and to create a brighter future for yourself. Remember, you are not alone. Millions of people have walked this path before you, and millions more are walking it alongside you. Reach out for support when you need it. Celebrate your victories, big and small. And never ever give up on yourself or your dreams. You have the strength, the resilience, and the capacity to create a life filled with joy, meaning, and purpose. The journey starts now.